Good afternoon, Archer Evolution agents, and welcome to another featured supplier training. And today we have Bryan from Viator in the house. Bryan, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful, Ryan. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's hump day, and things are going pretty well here at Archer.
Awesome. I always love to see the camel come across the room, right? And then you just hear hump day.
Hump day.
All right. Well, I really want to thank everyone taking amazing time out of their schedules to attend this webinar today. It's fully going to be jam-packed from start to finish. As always, if you attended any of my webinars, we're going to be able to learn a lot, just how to elevate bookings, how to master Viator's and tools during peak cruising and travel season so that you can make sure you maximize everything. And today really is one of those how you can capture that high value part of every single trip without adding a lot of work onto your plate because you're already doing the hard part. Building incredible trips with managing details and building trust. But there's one piece of that trip that's quite growing and it's growing quite rapidly. And most agents aren't fully plugged into it yet. And once you see it, it's going to be very hard to ignore. So, just a little bit of introduction of myself. If you guys haven't met me yet, my name again is Bryan Kolarchik. I am an account manager with Viator. I've been working with the company for 12 years. I've been working alongside Archer Travel for 6 years, and you guys are actually one of my always starting accounts. That you guys have truly grown from start to finish, and I love every year attending the Evo conference, meeting you guys, and being able to really learn about your business and you've been growing your business with Viator. So I really appreciate it. It's awesome to hear all these stories year over year, and always amazing to see you guys in person. But again, just a little bit about me. I'm a born and raised native from Las Vegas. I've been here my whole life. And then, one of the things I love to do is honestly, we're archers. I love to go to California, to go to any beach during the summer, winter, or fall. It doesn't matter, any season. So let's go ahead and get started and jumping into the webinar today. So a few questions I normally just like to ask, usually a live audience. And, some of you guys are not, I mean, you guys are watching this live, but you guys don't get to see people around you. But these questions I just always love to ask. How many of you are working with clients that you're trying to actively book tours on, or they're going to be doing an activity at destination? And normally, when you're in an audience and you're going to see a show of hands, you're going to actually see about 50 to 60% of the audience there. Now, the next question I always just say, how many of you are now earning commission on those bookings? And the one thing that just always shocks me is I see hands go down. And that shouldn't be that way. And when I see this, there's normally about 20 to 30% of the audience that are now raising their hand. And that's a huge gap right there. That is an opportunity. And it's the main reason why people are traveling. It's that part of that trip that is actually what is going to be memorable that they're going to talk about. And travel has changed. Trips are normally built around flights, hotels, or cruises, and that was the major backbone. But now they're actually built around experiences because people talk about what they did or where they went to, or they went on this food tour, or they lounged on a 20-foot and 21-foot yacht boat on the open cruise in Cancun. And it's that once in a lifetime moment that they're going to talk about and again and again. And who brought them there? You did. And that's what the client's going to remember, and that's what they're going to post, and that's what they're going to talk about with their friends. So the flights and hotels still do matter, but it's not the long highlight of that experience. So that's why you want to make sure to capture experiences for every single tour for all your clients and get that returning Susie that wants to book with you again and again, who can then refer you to another client. And now this is where things break down. So you plan the trip, and your clients book the most memorable part of the trip somewhere else. And they're usually either doing it over the phone, later at night, without thinking twice. And because you haven't really thought about the value that that client has for experiences in that destination. But in that result, you've done all that hard work, booking that flight, booking that hotel. And now that easy, high value part of that trip is now happening outside of you. But you planned majority of it, but now you're not profiting from it. So this is truly where Viator can help you get that gap, make sure that you're actually earning commission on every single tour that you're booking. So let's flip that. This is not the only thing about doing one step. Let's talk about capturing what's already happening. So your clients are booking those experiences. That's not going to change. The only thing that's changing is now that you're part of that transaction in some shape or form, either capturing it live when you're in with them in person or using some of our tools that I'll talk about today that your clients will book there. But now I just want to show you a little bit of a video, and I know Jose loves this video, but it's a little bit different of one that really is going to immerse you into those experiences and what clients want to feel. Like I always love this video, but now it's a new edition of it.
Wonder. That feeling of surprise mixed with admiration. Sparked by something beautiful. Something unfamiliar. Something we've been missing. It's that first look, that first taste. New friends we meet, and the loved ones we reconnect with. The stories that we tell, and the memories we'll hold on to. 1,000 miles away, or just around the corner. Wonder is everywhere.
So why do I show that video? Because again, experiences are that thing that people want to talk about. People want to be entertained. People want to do when they get to that destination because it's that memory, that dream that they're talking about. It's the easiest part, and it's the reason why they're traveling. And now this is exactly where Viator's travel agent platform comes into play. We are the world's largest marketplace for travel experiences in the world. We have over 400,000. Yes. If you haven't noticed, we went from 300,000 to actually 420,000 experiences around the world and over 2,500 destinations with over 1 million reviews so that you can book these tours and feel confident with what the supplier and what other people are saying. So whether your client is going, you're not starting from scratch. You're going to be able to offer something incredible, memory forgetting or memory lasting, and just these dreams that you're going to remember. And these are just some of those few active categories on our platform that you can just see that's both for land-based and shore excursions. Whether your client prefers either a small group, a private experience, we have options for all styles. That means no matter what kind of trip, Viator is going to be something to offer for you. We have that culture, that private experience, such as like going to the Vatican or Colosseum, or one I always loved to cross-sell when I was talking to people about going to Vatican, is that there is a early breakfast time where you can actually have breakfast in the courtyard at the Vatican before it opens, and then you're going to actually be able to tour inside the Vatican before it officially opens. So there's only going to be maybe 200 people in that whole experience. So you're not going to feel in that crowded place, that memory lasting, that truly people are going to be able to enjoy. Or you can do day trips going to Pompeii and seeing Mount Vesuvius, or you can do day trips to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa from Rome. There's so many things that you can think about, but there's outdoor experiences like in kayaking and snorkeling. We also have tours that are worry-free shore, tours that are coming off of cruise ships with additional cover by our worry-free shore excursion policy, or those unique Game of Thrones walking tour that's actually only available on our tour. Or if you guys heard me yesterday, I was talking about, and Reggie asked me, what is that bucket list activity? And I mentioned just going to Japan and being able to do the Fujuki market, going to Mount Fuji, and then continuing to go around Tokyo to see Shinjuku or going to the Hokkaido district. And those are things that just going to be that bucket activity that you want to remember and those dreams. And there's just so much more. Whether there's a cruise, a honeymoon, a family vacation, or a solo trip, Viator offers experience that seamlessly fits into all itineraries. Now, for just a second, I want to show you something that I want to talk about in theory. And these are something that you can actually see what's happening in the market. And I'm going to walk through some of the top destinations that are trending right now, just so you can start getting that, seeing that understanding of what's happening in the marketplace and experience that you or your clients may be already looking to book. So let's first start, like I said, with Rome. These are some of our top selling experiences. You have the Vatican, the Colosseum, and then a day trip that's going to Pompeii, Amalfi, Positano from Rome. And with these, you're going to get an amazing tour. It's going to be like skip the line into the Vatican. So people can actually maximize the time out in Rome. So you're not waiting in that long line. You still do have to go through security, but you're going to be able to cut down an hour and a half just getting into the Vatican or Colosseum straight entry. And then you can go see the Palestine Hills and the Roman forms, and then continue on to do these small groups that focus other around neighborhoods, food tours, all throughout Rome. So that client's gonna have that personal trip that they're gonna love and appreciate you with. And this is just like one of those destination spotlights. The next one is now Santorini, which is going to be very popular traveling in the month of May. And this is one of those that's all about like that vibe, that sunset scenery, that most iconic catamaran, that view, that drink, that whole thing that you're really talking about. But you can also see that we have wine tours with a beautiful setting, super relaxed and easy to build into a day, or that private small group experience and anything that feels that more elevation exclusiveness. Is it less about like checking that box and about all that feeling you can enjoy in Santorini? And so you can see that these stores fit everything what your client's looking for in all these different types of settings. And then let's get back to my hometown, Vegas, that party city, that city that where people stay, that favorite statement, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We all know that's not true. Because we're talking about experiences and people are going to talk about it. The one thing again that's in such a fun mix is that you're going to have your classic shows and that entertainment, but also things like food tours where you can go to Michelin star restaurants in Vegas, or that day trip experience that's going to take you to the Grand Canyon West Rim, or on that kayak experience on the actual river. But those also unique off the strip activities, or that helicopter tour that's going to take you a flight around the strip that you can see at night. So whether your clients want something high energy or just something a little bit different, there's just a lot to work here with here, and a lot of items and a lot of things to think about with Viator. One thing you kind of have noticed maybe with some of these tours at the bottom, you're going to see these word that means product code. No, these are tours that how you can research on our platform to find that exact tour. So if you're taking photos right now and you type in 5516ST5, you're going to pull up this exact Las Vegas helicopter tour. And no, we'll find this information always on our platform under what we call product codes. So now let's actually talk about how you can actually book tours on our platform without adding complexity. So there's three different approaches. First is going to be direct, where you handle everything from start to finish. So that's researching, finding that right tour, book it for the client, and then get it set and locked in. And now you have like our reserve now, pay later, which is one of those tools where you can lock in the spot with no upfront payment. Following, you're going to have like our indirect bookings, is what we call our share a client link or curated list, where these allow your clients to book by themselves and you still earn that full 10% commission. And whether this starts with scale and key, that's something that you can do all the time, and it's all about trying to find the right client. Now, I know on the screen it does say 8%, but no, you guys at Archer Travel actually earn 10% commission on every single booking. But just before we go, sorry about that. But just before we go deeper, let's anchor and how you can actually make money here. There are multiple moments to earn commission on every single trip with your client. You can either book it yourself and then you earn commission for other personal travel or client travel. But then you can also have like our share a client link where they book it and you still earn that commission. And if they know if their clients click that link and within 90 days of clicking the link, if they make a booking, you will earn that commission. And where if they don't even book it right at that exact moment and they come back to that link later, you're still going to be earning. And this is what allows you to take that step back in the middle of every transaction without losing revenue with all your clients. This is why I love the multiple ways that you can book on our platform, the multiple ways that you can earn commission, because we want to help save you time and effort with all your clients. So first, let's talk about direct bookings. And this is one that most of you are kind of familiar with. And this is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to build an itinerary, you're going to select the experience, you're going to book it on the behalf of your client. And this is really works well if you already have that high touch relationship where you're trying to maximize to get $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 out of your client, because they're that luxury client where they want to really get immersed into all those experiences. Think like a honeymoon client or that complex European itinerary where they're going going from country to country, like they're going from London to Paris. So they're going to be in multiple destinations, multiple stops. And you already are working on these details, just adding that one more layer piece. Then you can also make it very super easy with everything you need confident around booking already built into our system with over 1 million reviews. So your clients are questioning the quality because we'll have that. So you can have that verified, trustworthy level of with working our product. But then you're going to have clear pricing. So no back and forth trying to find that right quote. Once you add that tour to the cart, you're going to be able to see that exact price. You're going to have the logistics. So where the meeting point, the duration, what's included, all laid out, and most important, flexibility. Know that 85% of Viator products are fully refundable up to 24 hours prior to the date of travel. So you can say with confidence to your client, let's lock this in now, and we can always adjust this later, removing that hesitation that maybe your client had because you're going to be able to lock that in with no upfront payment if you want to use a reserve now pay later, or if they need to cancel up to before the travel date. Now, what should you do with this when your clients are expecting you to handle everything, when the itinerary is already complex, and what fits naturally into what you're building, or what experience you're seeing, or what wow factors you're trying to deliver? And this is where you're not just creating, you're booking. So you can see that you have your clients that's a full service where he expects you to handle everything, your research, your selection, your book for them. But then you also have that multi-day complex one, like I mentioned earlier, where a client's going to be maybe even on a cruise that's going to be going to multiple stops. Or you're maybe just working for that client who's just looking for that one special event that's going to be maybe in Paris, where they're going to go up the Eiffel Tower and have this romantic dinner at Eiffel 58. We can support that and we can help with that for that honeymoon anniversary or anything we're looking to be making it more this one-time trip. So now let's talk about how you can unlock what I love to say, money while you sleep, or that passive revenue. And that's what we call our share with client link. And this is how you can go where I don't have the time to do this, where now you can actually say, hold on, this takes me 60 seconds. And that truly tells me that if you can't take 60 seconds just to share a link with your client, then you need to rethink about what you're doing and how you're approaching your clients and how you can work with them more. Because we want to make sure with even with us that within either 5 minute, 10 minute, an hour session, no matter what, you're going to be able to book something for your client. And no, you don't have to book for this when it's we use with our share with client link, and you don't have to manage it. It's simply just guide your client into the right place and let them take it from there. But you know the best part is you can also manage these bookings later, but I won't heavy dive into how you can manage it. But no, we have webinars that are going to go into these details that you can always look into our resource center later at the end of the presentation. So now first, let's just talk about how you generate our share with client link. So I'm going to go over to our travel agent platform, which if you guys haven't seen, we actually highlight the promo code that's available right now, Archer Week 2026 Q2. And that's just one highlight there that we're going to always try to make sure to remember you that every single booking you have a discount right now for 10% off. But let's just start talking about how you can generate our share with client link. So first you have our homepage. This is great for that evergreen session that allows you access your clients access to everything. This is great for putting on a website, or this is great for putting on your business card so that wherever you go, you can share this exact link that is tied to you so that anything your clients look into, you can see that full information. And you can see also, we've made it on the consumer side to remind the client of the discount too. But no, we can dive even further. So let's say we want to do a destination. So I want to do maybe, let's do Cancun since we talked about it earlier. So if you just type in a destination, you hit Cancun, you don't have to do when or who, you can just hit search. And then this is going to show you all activities in Cancun, which you can see we have over 1,000. Which no, if you want to just share all activities in Cancun, you can create a share a client link here, and this will just target share all tours in that destination. So you can see when I click into this link here, your clients can see all things in that destination. So following, then we can look down even further. So let's say you have a client who wants to maybe just look at something specific in a location. So if you scroll down on the travel agent platform and you go under tour sightseeing and cruising, and you maybe see you want to see cruising and sailing. So if you then drop this down and you say, hey, my client is looking to maybe just do catamaran cruises in Cancun, you can narrow this down just to catamaran cruises, share this link, and this will narrow it down just to see all products in that specific category. Now, no, any of these links that you share, like even if you go into a specific product, so we're going to look at the all exclusive Isla Mujeres catamaran tour, your client can look at this link if you share it here and then know any tour that they click on that device, they will be able to see everything on our platform, regardless of what link you share, and they're going to be connected to you for 90 days. Now, know this link you generate here, this is going to be what we call a forever link. This link will be living at any location you put it forever. It will never expire. Now, when your clients click onto that link, it does start a 90-day session. But if they ever click that link again, it starts a whole new 90 days. And again, just to remind yourself, this link you generate here, this is a forever link. So wherever you place it, it's there forever. So now that I've showed you how you can create these share with client links, let me talk about and how you can put these kind of into practice, or how you can use these, or how I can turn this into more of like a real life scenario. So let's say it's 9 p.m. Your client texts you, you're on a couch. Let's kind of just really focus on this. And your client say, hey, I want to go to Machu Picchu and I'm in Cusco. And so with the old workflow, you would have to go to our platform. You would have to go into just searching on our platform, Lima, and then you can go to Lima, Peru. Then you would be able to hit search. And then you would have to find that tour and you would have to book it on your client on that behalf. Well, guess what? You no longer have to do that. You can go just to Lima. You can look for that perfect tour that your client wants to do to go up to Machu Picchu. So let's look for here. Let's try to look under day trips. So let's do day trips here. Oh, wait, I need to be in Cusco, not Lima. Sorry. So if I do for from Cusco and I look at day trips, then I can look at here and I see our Machu Picchu full day tour from Cusco. And this is a tour that maybe your client was looking for. All you have to do is now hit that share a client link, send this to your client through email or text message, and this will now make it simple and easy. Your clients are going to be able to now view that tour, book it on their own, and you will earn the commission on that process. Now, if you notice, that took less than seconds in that process, and I even went to the wrong destination. So it just makes it so easy to, your client texts you, you go to our platform, you find the link, and then you share it, and then they book on their own, and you earn commission, and you'll receive notification when your client completes that booking. So if you see, it's 4 simple steps. You find the experience, you share the link, you send a text message, and then you'll earn the commission. It's truly just as easy as that. And that's why I wanted to show you that real life scenario and just really kind of go through the steps. The next is, this is where also it just really starts to scale, and how maybe you want to, after maybe 6 months or a year, or you're looking at how you can grow your business even more. We next have our curated list. And this is where you can do where more of that one-stop shop or that one work, and you start to build a reusable asset. And where you're not just starting from scratch with every single client anymore. You're going to build this go-to recommendation that's going to be reusable over and over again. So again, how do I want you to show you this? So let's just say I have a client who's going to be going to Seattle. So if I go to Seattle and just typing in again a destination and I click into here, if you haven't noticed, every single tour on our platform has a heart. And what that means is it actually allows you to create a curated list. So let's just start hopping in and let's create a heart, right? Let's click this heart on this platform. And it says you want to manage a list and if you want to add to that experience. Well, I already started one that says the World Cup Seattle trip. And this is going to be coming very soon. In June, there's going to be World Cup in Seattle, where maybe you want to start building that destination your client's going to over and over again. Or you're going to have clients that are going to be going to Seattle, and you may have multiple clients. Well, let's start thinking about maybe creating a curated list that's going to show all the top activities in that destination. So if I click on that, and I either can create a new one or just add it to already one that I have, you hit save, and this is now going to add it to that curated list. And so now when your client goes into it, or when you go to it on our platform, they're going to see all these experiences that you've added that they can enjoy from Seattle. No, you can narrow down the dates, or you can always keep it open. You can also make it so it's in different languages, edit description. So if we have a promo code, you can add that into that detail. And then after that, you just hit share list with client. And no, you can operate this in multiple languages. So if you need it in French, you need it in Spanish, we can do this and our whole platform will be in that language. And then when you copy this list and then they click on the link and they look at our platform, they're going to see all those 6 experiences that you've selected. And again, they'll have your name, they'll have details that you've added into the summary, and they're going to be able to go through any of these experiences and look at any of these products. So your client was like, oh, I maybe want to actually go to Victoria when I'm out there in Seattle during the World Cup. So I maybe want to do this tour. And then you can add that on. And if you find out that they booked this saying, hey, I see that you're going to be also in just a moment, I'm going to call. I see that you're going to be in Seattle. Hey, what about adding on maybe the Butchart Gardens when you're going to be there? Hey, now you've had this curated list that booked an experience that guess what? You're going to reach out to your client and you're going to do an even more add-on. So that's what I love about like our curated list. And it's multiple ways of how add additional itineraries into selections. Or let's think about another way how you can use this in practice or how you can use it in another way. And so, you probably have some favorite location in your head, like, Rome favorites or adventuring to Costa Rica where you're going to be doing zip lining, whitewater rafting, or wildlife. Or you're going to be doing, like for me, it's going to be that Japan cherry blossom where you're going to have cultured experiences going either in late September or early May, where you're going to be able to do that Japan cherry blossom tours. Or you have that family traveling to Orlando where you can do Disney or kid-friendly experiences or that honeymoon experiences and Santorini. So these are just ways that you can start thinking about how you can create curated lists in all these destinations to really maximize that reusable asset where you can just share it over and over again. And with three of these things, with three reasons that just really work so well. One is it builds trust. You already have something that your clients are going to see from that curated list that you've selected that signals, hey, this is my expertise immediately for products that I love. You also done filtering for them, so they don't have to go through all of that. Two, you're going to help increase conversion because with fewer selections, which we show all the time, the people get overwhelmed when they see a full list. So if you narrow it down, you're going to narrow it down to the best options. And three is scale. Once you've built these once, you can use it over and over and again, allowing these links to make you money without any effort. Again, it's that money while you sleep, and this is what I love about it. So next, just to make sure you guys understand, because we have a lot of agents that still haven't seen this, and I just want to remind everyone, you can also book cruise with Viator, and this is such a major way to unlock additional commission because every port stops is an opportunity for you to earn 10% commission. And no, with some of these trips, sometimes there's going to be 8 to 10 different opportunity ports that your clients can book on experiences. So now you're going to be able to book multiple itineraries across multiple locations. And no, you can actually also share these excursions once you dive into it. And what makes it again so easy is that you're going to enter the cruise ship name, the date it sails, and then from there, you're going to be able to see a whole itinerary that's going to show every single stop. It's going to match every single port. The times are going to align with the ship's schedule. And instead of jumping between tab to tab, like trying to find tour over tour, you're just going to be able to find that exact experience that fits to exactly what your client is looking for, all in one place. And let me even show you how you can actually search for this on our platform. So I'm going to go back to our homepage and I'm going to click onto our shore excursion tab here. And then I'm just going to scroll through. I'm just going to look at a random ship that, we ever talked about. So Carnival Sunshine. We're going to look at this one and we're going to be looking that it's going to be traveling August 3rd for a 5-night cruise. So if I go through and I hit search, this is going to show then the Carnival Sunrise that's going to be traveling to Miami, Grand Turks and Caicos, Half Bay Cay, and Nassau. And no, if you wanted to share this with your client when they're going to be in destination or when they're about to get onto the cruise ship, you just hit share with client link. If you didn't get them booked onto any tours, you copy this link and they're going to be able to see that exact view that you see on our platform. And this is a link that you need to share with them in that final order summary so that if there's any stops that they want to book tours on, they're going to be able to book it fully on their own and you'll still earn that 10% commission. Now, know a few other things with our platform is that we do also have a worry-free shore excursion policy. So you can also narrow down tours that are just worry-free. Now, know just a few things. We are doing a little bit of a live test Right now, we're going to be starting to shrink down our products to now only 35,000 products. But guess what? All products will be covered by our worry free. So now anything that you book with Viator under this shore excursion tool, and we're right now doing the AP test, it's not live fully yet, but if you see it, you're going to just be seeing all tours covered by our worry free. So just a few things more before we continue on. Now, a few things that people have questions on. What is Viator's worry-free policy? And this is how we can remove that biggest obstacle, that risk that everyone has. One, we have a 24 global support team to help with any questions or if anything comes up to make sure that your clients can have the best trip ever. So first, what does it cover? If the ship misses the port or is it delayed from the time the port arrives, your clients are going to be guaranteed a full refund. Following, as long as there's no fault of your client, we will fly your client up to the next port of call up to $1,000 per person. And no, that limit never gets reached. Trust me, it does not. And no, we have multiple suppliers that are working with the same experiences that are looking to sell the same products and making sure that they have the best. And no, with our shore excursions, we're either kid friendly, we're group friendly. So if you ever have any group bookings that you need to make, contact our customer support team. We're available 24/7 and they can turn any tour into a group booking. So this is something I want to make sure that you have that new standard when you're booking all experiences. And this is where you're going to be able to book a trip, add experiences, send a link, and then earn commission for every booking with your client. Stop leaving money on the table. And here's just some ways to naturally plug this in. So you start working with your client, either they're going to be on a destination or they're going to be on a cruise. You can start thinking about pre. So you're working with your client coming on a cruise ship and you know how many days you're going to be sailing. So start talking about them. Hey, you're going to be on this ship and you're going to be at these 5 to 6 ports. Which of these ports are tours that you must see or you want to see or experiences you want to enjoy in this destination? And that's how you can start those pre. And you can have the same exact conversation for clients who are going to be going to a destination. Like if they're going to be going to New Zealand, or they're going to be going to the Watanabe Caves, or they're going to want to do the Hobbiton if they're going to be in New Zealand. And that's how you can start talking about those locations. Then they're going to be working in destination where you have options like our share with client link that you can share with options or adding videos into that destination so your clients can be even more excited about seeing tours in there. And now with that trip, you can also start getting that repeat business because you can start working with posts. You can ask them for a review. You can ask them how things went on that trip and how you can make sure with their next trip you can make it even better because everyone loves returning clients because that's returning money in your pocket. And that's where Viator wants to help you with. These are experiences. These are the reason why people are traveling and why they're enjoying this trip and why they want to do that extra step more. So make sure you add experiences onto clients on every single trip. And there's also another ways that you can add these into a script. So you can work with these. You can say, hey, I'm sending you a curated list for an experience in Rome, all vetted, great to review. Take this look. Or an email that is going to include personal list experiences. It's great for like wedding parties where you can say, hey, everyone in the wedding party, here's a list of selected products in that location. Feel free to book on your own or reach out to me. Or if you get a overturn or a rejection, say, hey, I want to book this tour, but I don't think it's covered. Or what about happens something with a cruise ship? Well, you can make sure that you find that perfect tour on our platform that's covered by our worry-free guarantee or our cancellation policy, which 85% of all tours are fully refundable up to 24 hours. And last thing, just to also know, all products on our platform, about 85% of them are also live availability. What do I mean by that? You can actually book those up to 4 hours prior to the tour start time, as long as if it comes with a meeting point pickup. So really, it's as simple as that. It's one email. It's one personal link that you can send through email or text message or in-person communication. It's that final itinerary with experience with built-in options. So you're going to be looking for a client that's going to be doing this Disney trip that's going to be going to Orlando. But you say, hey, here's like either a jet ski experience or a trip that's going to be going to the Keys that they can enjoy. But also, just also pick a destination, not just a curated list that you want to dump on them, but try to get that extra personal touch because that's what you got into this business for. You want to build that dream trip and that amazing vacation that they have. So this is, I hope that by this webinar and this presentation today, that you learn that you don't have to do a lot more, and you just need to capture what's already happening. It's already booking the flight, you're already booking the hotel. It's now capturing the experience that your clients are already doing and making sure with every single trip that you're shifting that you're making sure you're capturing these bookings through and through, and with either one simple click with our share with client link or a curated list, or just booking it directly on the platform. So, a few last things before we get to the Q&A. I want to make sure to remind everyone in the audience or whoever's watching this recording webinar later, we do right now have a promo code exclusively for Archer agents. It's 10% off. It started on the 27th, and it will run exclusively till May 14th. And this is Archer Week 26 Q2. And this is a 10% discount for either you or your clients that you can book anything, almost anything on our platform. There's about just 50 products and it's mostly tied to Disney and Universal, where you can book and get 10% off and you still earn the original full commission amount. And what do I mean? So if you book $1,000 worth of tours for your clients, they get it for 900. You still get the $100 worth of commission. Now, know if you book it for yourself, you're almost going to get $200 off that full item. Now, no, travel date does not matter. It just need to be booked before the 4th. Travel date can be next week, next month, next year, as long as we have the availability. It works through our reserve now, pay later. It works through our share with client link or curated list and our short excursion one. Just know if something does happen and it doesn't apply, it's really good just to clear your cookies and make sure that through there or incognito window and just book it through there, and that'll actually work 99% of the time. Not, please reach out to your leadership and let them know that there's some issues, and I'll be able to look into it and fix the issue. No, again, this promo code is unlimited use, so you can use it as many times as you want till the 5th, or sorry, the 4th of May. One other thing. So that first promo code is only a week long. But no, we're going to have another promo code that we want to also show for Agent Appreciation Month. So I would use a 10% discount until May 4th. And then we're going to have another discount that you can take advantage of all month of May. And the promo code is going to be May Cheers 2026. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time here so people can take photos and people can understand, because these are a little bit different what we have with our normal promo codes. So first, there is a minimum. You do have to book over $250. And then once you reach that threshold, you're going to receive $25 off. And that's the maximum from there. So fortunately, it's not like our 10% where it scales with the amount that you're booking. It's just going to be 25% off. But this is great to get that additional tour, that additional item that you're going to be working with clients. Or no, you can also sometimes separate these into multiple bookings so you can get more discounts with each one. Now, no, the booking window is from the 1st of May. So it does overlap the Archer week, but again, I would wait till Archer week ends. And then on the 31st, this promo code expires. So you have it all month of May long. It works just like it did before. So with our curated list or share a client link or worry-free short excursion. And so it's just May Cheers 26. And as always, with our promo codes, it's unlimited use. So that's the one thing also I'm super excited with this one. So now that I've gone through the webinar, we're at about 40 minutes in. I would love to hear questions from the audience, if maybe something to have clarity, understanding. Your guys' questions are truly how I can help people grow, because your question is maybe someone else in the audience has. So Ryan, when you have a chance, I would love to hear the questions coming from the audience.
Absolutely, Brian. First off, thank you. Great presentation. Really informative of how to go through and use the Viator platform. All the little nuggets that a lot of agents don't really pick up on the first time, so thank you for that. Let's get into our questions. I've been cataloging them as we have going.
Perfect. Thank you.
From Steady Course Travel, this is the one I asked you about yesterday. If we see an activity that is not on Viator, this one example is Moab Swinger, how do we inform them to possibly join Viator?
Great question. So one, the best thing I love about Viator is that we are trying to get suppliers anywhere and everywhere on our platform, but we also want to make sure they're good quality. But how that works is they can either go to viator.com, travelagents.viator.com, or they can go to TripAdvisor. No, we are all the same. But if they scroll down to the bottom of the platform, they're going to see supplier sign up. If they click this link on the platform, you're going to be able to just get started and start filling out that process to join our platform as a supplier. It's really as simple as that. Just tell them to go to any of our main three hubs, and they'll be able to see suppliers sign up at the bottom.
Nice. And that always expands Viator's offerings. I think that's really cool.
That's
All
what
right.
we're here for. We want to find suppliers in every single destination and not allow the hotel, not allow the cruise, not allow the plane to or the flight to get you those activities that the client could book in those destinations. If you guys let them, your clients know about tours and destinations and they come to join us, that's going to be other options for other people around the world.
Absolutely. All right, next question is from Francesca Beard on Facebook. Do you have to manage the booking even though they went through your link?
So absolutely not. So that's the one thing that is with the share with client link. It's almost a set it and forget it. But the best thing is that you can manage these if you need to. So when a client makes a booking through the share with client link, it's going to be viewable in your portal. So right now I am on an Archer account, so you won't be able to see bookings that I have. But if they go through the part, they go to manage bookings. Actually, good. I actually can show you. So let's go through and I should be able to see an example here in May. So you can see that there's three bookings on this account. If I go through and if they booked it indirectly, you can hit request to manage. It's going to then request for your client's email. Yes, you do need to know the email. And this is to protect your clients because when you get access or they approve you, you can now manage, cancel, amend, add additional charges. So your client does have to approve that they are granting you access. Once that happens, you can now manage the booking just like a direct booking on the platform, and you know your clients can still manage the booking on their behalf. It does not change anything. Your clients will always be able to manage their own bookings when they book through our share with client link. So, great question.
Nice. Viator has so much flexibility. That's great. Our next question is from Neela J. Neat on Facebook. How do I get my link to send to friends?
So it's multiple ways. So as I showed earlier, our share a client link can be either created on our homepage. It can be in a destination. So again, if you want to share any tour in Seattle, all you have to do is click this link here, hit copy, and send it through email, send it through text message, send it through WhatsApp, or you can even paste these on social media anywhere HTML is allowed, which is 80% of what we do. They can see that, they can click on the link, and they can view and book on their own, and you'll be notified if they make a booking. You will receive notification when a booking is completed and the full commission.
Nice. What a great way to promote your business by using that Viator link. Create a social post and put it out there. And somebody traveling to that destination may see it and think that that is the opportunity that they have been looking for. Click it and book it. And that's just a great way to expand. I'm glad Viator has that offering. A couple more questions here. Let's try to knock these out a little bit of pace. Next questions. Shay Lance from Facebook. If I have a
Thank
Viking cruise in Greece, am I able to book the Greece tours while I am in Vegas? So booking
So
ahead of time.
yeah, no matter what, anywhere you can book tours days, weeks, months, years ahead. So you said you were on a Viking cruise. So if you look on our platform under the shore excursion, I don't know what ship they're going to be on, but if they're on the Viking Illume and then they're going to be on an 11-day cruise, you can start booking it now. And I would always strongly recommend start looking at tours now for the client because you can see with this one that we have for the Viking Illume is that they're going to be in Cairo for multiple days. They're going to be in Luxor. They're going to be in Insa. They're going to be in Aswan. So you could start finding out what clients want to do at every one of these ports. And know with like our shore excursion tour, all tours will either pick up from the cruise ship or within 15-minute walking distance. And unfortunately, it seems like with this cruise ship, it does not have the port times. But majority of the time on our platform, it will have the times the tour is at port. I'll show another example as we go to the next question.
Nice. I'm actually going to utilize that myself as I go on a fam trip next month to Cozumel and Progresso. So I will be looking to book my own excursions through Viator that way. All right,
And
next
know
question.
one small thing just for you and
Yeah,
every agent here. It's a great question transition. Know that our short description search tool is only available for you as a travel agent. We do not actually have it available on Viator.com. So when you're researching, you can either research it on our platform, again, which is travelagents.viator.com, and you can share this link that then gives you access as either a client or as a consumer to see these items, but they have to go through you as a travel agent.
great. And that was going to be my personal question to you because right now I am on a consumer Viator and I'm not seeing that. So I wanted to know
Exactly.
how to access that.
Yep.
Thank you
So
very
that's why
much,
I was
Brian.
like thinking, it was like it has to be on travelagents.viator.com, or one of the people on your team could share this link of the ship you're going to be on.
This is what these supplier trainings are for, the inside knowledge right there. All right, our last question. This is a big one,
Ooh.
an important one from Susan M. Wilson from Facebook. In terms of getting full commission from Archer, is the booking date when the tour is placed on hold? Or, sorry about that, my little note turned off. In terms of getting paid full commission from Archer, is the booking date when the tour is placed on hold or when client makes payment on it? It can sometimes be months in between.
So the thing with Viator, because our platform allows flexibility so that you can cancel tours up to 24 hours prior to the date of travel, we can't pay commission until the tour goes post travel. So unfortunately, yes, from the time when you book, from when the time the client travels, it can take a long time. But that's also because we have flexibility cancellation. So we don't want to pay and then try to take, unfortunately, money away. So we will pay once the tour goes post travel. And with Archer, you don't have to wait normally. You just wait the following month once it travels. So if a booking happens, let's say today on April 29th, you will get them paid out for that booking usually about the second Tuesday of each month. So unfortunately, it is a duration because again, we have such an easy cancellation policy that we don't pay until tours go post travel because we need to make sure that the tour actually travel before we pay out. So
Nice.
great question. Sorry, it's a little bit more of a negative, but again, it's there to protect both parties.
Yes, absolutely. Last one that just popped up in the chat from
Awesome.
oh, we're getting more in the chat now. Andrea loves
Ooh,
horses.
yay.
Would like your contact information if you're able to provide that.
Yes, my information is my first initial B, then last name Kolarchik at tripadvisor.com. But if you don't remember, reach out to your leadership team. They'll be able to reach out to me in that process if you have any questions or
Yes,
issues.
you will be able to find that in the Travel Cafe under Suppliers tab. Scroll down, find Viator, and the contact information for your local BDM is there. Last
Thank
one
you.
that popped up is from Susan M. Wilson on Facebook. Is there a way to delete an excursion from my booking list once it's canceled? It does say canceled, but still on my list of bookings to manage, so I have to scroll past all of the canceled ones first.
So if we're looking at like managed bookings, so if you're going like I think either you're talking about the email that's sent that shows all the bookings, or you're talking about in the manage booking window. So if you just go to manage accounts, you go to manage bookings, and then you're looking for some date range. So again, I'm going to have this one open from April 1st to May 31st. And then from here, you can then change. Oh, sorry, just a moment. I picked. There we go. There we go. So now we can see all bookings here. Now you can go to booking status on the top right hand corner and just hit confirm, and it will narrow it down just to bookings that are confirmed and not showing any bookings that are amended, pending amendment. So we'll reduce those bookings that show canceled, and you can just see what bookings are confirmed for that travel date. So great question.
Yes,
No,
absolutely.
you can also search by booking reference number just to find that specific booking here too.
You know what I like to see of that is that there's so many bookings that you have to scroll through just to find one. So that
Yes.
shows that we're having successful agents here.
I heard a
Uh,
little bit of a brag right there.
Well, Bryan, thank you very much. As always, it's a huge pleasure to have you here with us. Great information about Viator, expanding the Viator network, educating our agents. Every time you just come with such great information, and myself at Archer and all our agents, I'm sure, really appreciate that. So thank you for that. Is there anything else that you'd like to add before we close it up?
No, again, Archer Week. The promo code is Archer Week 26Q2. Make sure you take advantage of it before it expires on May 4th. Again, we have another one that's for Agent Appreciation Month for the month of May. Again, it's May Cheers 26. We want to make sure that in the month of May, where it's peak traveling season, that no matter what, every single client that you work with, you can try to capture a discount for them, taking advantage of during this peak cruise season or land-based season for you, and anything that you can book on our platform. Just I would always say, in the mind of our platform, since we do have such a wide base of products, just take a look. Put a name, put a country, a region, what maybe even keyword search. By when I mean keyword search, like you're looking for tours that go into Alcatraz, type in San Francisco Alcatraz, and you'll see all products that are under that destination. And that'll truly make it so that you can see anything your client desires on our platform, either share a list, create a curated link, and just do that one extra step to earn a commission for things that you're leaving on the table. Because with us, experiences is the easiest part. It's the reason why they're going. And it's such an easy add-on that you can earn 10% commission on. So that if you book and you think about it, if you book another 10, 15, or 30 tours for clients throughout the year, that's normally going to be about $250 to $300 per booking. That's very minimum. And that's going to earn you another $5,000 to $6,000 at the end of the year that you just did for a very minimum amount of effort. So truly, experiences are the easiest part, and we're going to try to make it as easy as possible for you.
Well said, Bryan. Very well said. So, agents, listen to Bryan. He is the man at Viator. He is our BDM there. Take his advice. Try to get those Viator add ons because you're leaving money on the table. Until next time, everyone, thank you from Archer Travel and Archer Travel Media. And learn, travel, and sell. Bye now.
See you at Evolution Travel, everyone.